So I'm going to spend a little time today, as she discussed, talking about work-life and balance. This is probably a phrase you guys have heard before in your life, work-life and balance. It's something fairly prevalent in society today in the corporate world. However, much of what's talked about is regarding work and balance. However, I see things as two, whereas it's viewed as two distinct things, I see it as three distinct things. There's work, there's life, and there's balance. So if you happen to be lacking in any one of these key areas, your life can really go out of balance. So I'd like to take a moment to tell you a little bit about my work, as well as my life, and how I achieve balance. Presently, I work for Allstate Insurance Company as a claim service lead. Now you might be asking yourself, what exactly is a claim service leader? That position sounds amazing. Well, I'm going to tell you a little bit about it and what some of my roles are. At the moment, I have 10 adjusters who handle unrepresented bodily injury claims for me. What their primary role is, or one of their primary roles, is to work directly with third-party claimants who have been injured in auto accidents. One of their main objectives with working with these claimants is to establish rapport and build relationships over time so we can ultimately settle their bodily injury case. Now, from my biased perspective, as you can probably guess, I view that a claimant is better off settling their claim directly with an insurance company versus going directly and hiring an attorney to settle their case for them. Lynn probably disagrees with my point of view. So, hopefully, in some case, in the near future, or ever, you will not have to find out whose position is correct. Next, I'd like to talk about my life. My life is my family. It is what I do when work is not interfering. I wake every morning between 4 and 5 a.m. so I can relax, drink my coffee, read a book, just so I can gather myself, basically, for the day to come. I want to have the mental energy and focus so I can go out and have fun with my family. As you all know, I'm very introverted, so this is my me time to gather my thoughts. I have a wife, her name is Stacy. We've been married for a little over 12 years. She is the core of the family. Her job is a stay-at-home mom, which is very difficult, so her roles include getting the kids to school, making sure they do homework, and primarily making sure they have fun. I have 3 children. My oldest boy is named Colin. He is 7 years old. He is shy and introverted like me, and recently he found what I believe to be one of his passions as a distance runner. Next is my daughter Audrey. She is 5, and she is the spitfire of the family, if you will. She has a lot of personality, tenacity, and motivation to keep up with her older brother. Some of her passions or likings currently are swimming, ballet, and tap. Lastly is my daughter Elise. She is 9 months old and barely learning how to crawl. Probably within the last 2 weeks she had just learned how to crawl. She, much like Audra, wants to be very independent, and she's self-motivated. She really enjoys, learning about life. Now she's crawling around and putting everything in her mouth. As many of you notice, this stage of infancy, it's really one of my favorite stages, around the 9-month range. So my wife tells me that sticking things in her mouth is common practice. I'm a little concerned about an oral fixation developing. So lastly, I really want to touch on balance. So this to me, my balance is running. This is the crux that brings everything together for me. This is my life. When I go out for a run, this is my way of recharging. It brings my life back into focus. Running helps me clarify and find purpose and meaning in my life. I can have a rough day and I can go out for a run. And it really just makes everything else not matter anymore. Kind of visualize this, if you will. Let's say you're going to a hair salon. Women might have a better ability to visualize this. You've just got your hair done and they stick you under this dryer. So you have this large contraption over your head. It's drying. However, this is not a dryer. This is a device that's made to suck all the bad energy and mojo out of your brain. This is what a run is like for me. If I have negative energy and bad mojo, I go for a run, and it sucks out. So in closing, I would just like to thank you for allowing me to get up here and tell my life story to you today. I know many of you are probably like me and have stressors in your life, and feel down and out on many occasions. So I ask you to heed my advice and go find that third option, that balance. And if you don't have a third option, go out for a run. I'll share my balance with you. Thank you.